Everything in life is easy. Everything you want to have, every place you want to go, every accomplishment you want to achieve is easy. It's all in the external. All of these things, whether it's a certain physique you want to have, a certain amount of money you want to make, a certain impact you want to have on the world. These are all things that are on the outside of your skin barrier, right? And they are all very simple games of input and output. You've got something you want to do. You want to make an income online. Spend a while searching up how to make an income online. Do exactly what they say. And do that long enough and you get the result, as I have. You want to get in the best shape of your life. Research the best fitness routine. Research the best diet. Just literally do that every day. And now you have, you have the best body you've ever had. Life, the things in it, all of it is easy. But we make it difficult because it's what's on the inside of our skin barrier. Our thoughts, our emotions, our responses, our beliefs that make it difficult. Because you're on day one of this fitness routine to get your dream body. And you kind of feel like eating something else. You don't feel like having the chicken, rice and broccoli. Oh yeah, but there's this other thing. You don't feel like putting in the effort in the gym. You can literally just tell your body to lift the weights. You can tell your body to do the push-ups until you can't do them anymore. Easy. But we make it difficult. There's a quote from Seneca. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. In our imaginations than in the real world. The thoughts you can have around a certain task, which come from your underlying beliefs. This is what dictates your life. This internal world, instead of the external world, this internal world is what has decided your current results that you're experiencing in this moment. Your current reality, your current situation, it's decided by your internal world. So much more than the external. Because as we've just discussed, the external world is a simple case of inputs and outputs. You simply do the thing and get the result. And if you don't know what thing to do to get the result, well, the first step, figure out the thing to do, you do the thing and you get the result. Maybe there's a bit of trial and error in the way, in between that. Maybe there's a bit of, I'll try this thing, didn't work, try this thing, didn't work, try this thing, it worked. Right? And so it's not the external world that's the issue, which results in most people never living a life that they are fulfilled with and never achieving any of their goals. Because it's simple, it's easy. There's no problem there. The struggle people have is with their internal world. They're in conflict with themselves and they don't understand how to communicate with themselves in a way that results in doing the actions they want to do. Because really, you just do the actions and you get the result. But there's all this stuff we put in the way. There's all this, oh, but I don't know about this. I'm scared of this. I've got this feeling. Oh, what about this thought? Oh, I'm not sure if this is for me. I don't know if I deserve it. I don't know if I really can even do it. You take away all that stuff and you just do the inputs to get the outputs and you get your result. And so you might hear that and think, therefore, mindset doesn't matter because you just need to do the actions. It doesn't matter if you're feeling this way or you're thinking this or you have this belief. If you just do the inputs, you'll get the output. But to do those things, you need the right mindset, or else you're not going to take that action. If there's something you've been putting off in your life right now, if you right now are not exactly where you want to be, doing exactly what you want to do, living exactly how you want to live, then there's been something internal that's been in the way. No, don't give me that it's something external in the way. It's all up here. Right? And so if anything's going to change, then you need to change. Nothing's going to change unless you change. So if you've been doing certain actions that have been getting you exactly where you are and you're actually wanting something different, well, you need to change. You need to do something different. It's how it works. And there's something that's been holding you back from this. You know, if you're not doing exactly as you wanted to be doing, if there's certain things that you want to achieve that you haven't been accomplishing, then there's something in the way, and that's your mindset. Right? So now maybe this makes sense a bit more when everyone says, oh, mindset's so important, and you're like, yeah, but it just matters about the things. The things are fucking easy. The things are super easy. You can literally just do the actions. If you don't know what actions to do, literally just sit down for like a couple hours and figure it out. Don't check your phone. Don't check anything on your computer. Just sit down and go, okay, let's figure this out. I've got this problem in front of me, or I've got this thing I want. How do I do that? And so there's these certain things that maybe you've not been doing or not been doing in the right way. And you might be thinking, oh yeah, well that's just a mindset. That, like, mindset doesn't really matter. It's just about the things, but it's about whether you do the things or not. The things are easy. There's no problem with that. There's no problem with making as much money as you want to make. There's no problem with getting exactly the perfect physique that you want. Easy. What the problem is you're not been doing it, right? And that's completely mindset. It's completely mindset, because there are certain things that can result in you not doing those actions. So really, this video is to update your focus such that you realize there's all this stuff you've been putting in the way. There's all this stuff you've been putting in the way of achieving your desired result, whatever that may be. And really, I want to just give you that wake-up call. I want to give you that slap in the face to be like, well, actually, to get to that desired result, the actual things you need to do, so easy. So easy. You might be annoyed at me saying that, but it really is. And like, if you're honest with yourself, like, yeah, okay. Even if it's something scary, like, I don't know, cold calling to grow a business, it's like, well, yeah, you pick up the phone, you dial numbers, you hold it up to your head, you ask certain questions, and then you either get a yes or a no, hang up the phone, right? And so it's to give you that slap in the face, to realize that there's so many things you've been putting in the way, when really it's all a mental game. It's all a mental game. This whole game in life is won on the inside of your head. It's not one on the outside of your body. And so start thinking of the things in that way. Start thinking about your goals in terms of, first of all, the crystallized clarity of just like, what are the steps here to actually get there? And then everything else is just about, okay, well, how do I actually make myself do that? Right? And then all of a sudden, everything in life is super easy. And you might not understand how profound what I'm saying right there is, but really you've taken every task in life, every possible thing, and you've broken it down into, okay, well actually on the external side, that's no problem. You can just do these things and then get the result. All I need to do is master my mind. And I've got all of it. I've done all of it. And so now you have clarity, you have clear focus and direction, and really ultimately no excuse. And I'm going to leave it at that for today, unless I think of more to say after I pause this video, in which you will find out in 3, 2, 1. So here's your one actionable step from this video to apply what I've been saying and to actually radically transform your life. I'm tempted to give you 2, but I won't. So I will give you something before the actionable step, which I'm itching to say, and then I will actually say the actionable step. The thing before it is, whenever you're going through any sort of trouble, just realize this is really easy. And you might call it gaslighting, but I'd call it really adopting a more truthful mental model, whereby now you're actually looking at what's in front of you more realistically as like, well, actually, yeah, this isn't actually that bad. And you'll notice instantly it's just fine now. You'll notice instantly even things that maybe you were struggling with. It's like, well, it is actually easy. And then it's like, okay. So that alone will completely transform your life if you take that on and you keep being mindful about that more and more as you go through your days. Make a sticky note of that if you want this to be a mini actionable step on its own, and put it up, because maybe you'll remember the first few times, but you might forget after that. So have a reminder. And the number one actionable step from this video, which, like, if you watch this far and you don't do the actionable step, like, I don't know what you're doing. Like, come on, you're not on here to just binge content. Well, I mean, you are probably on here to binge content, but that's unconscious, and consciously I don't think you want to be that guy. So if you want to actually get the most out of this video and really like have a profound impact on your life, then here's the actionable step. You're going to have a sheet of paper or a virtual sheet of paper, and you're going to write down a big goal that you have, like the biggest one, the first thing that came to you there, like, oh, I really, this is the thing. And that could be something a result you want to achieve, or it could be something you just, in your current existence, that you just, that's not what I want to have anymore. I'm not going to stand for that. So you have that thing, and then basically I want you to just forget about all of the sort of internal stuff of like, oh, this is difficult, or oh, I don't know if this is like for me, or all of this internal talk. Basically, I want you to just say, shut the fuck up to that internal voice. Just say it like that, and your brain will listen, right? Just shut the fuck up. What do I actually need to do to get this? And you're going to be like, you're going to start writing, and it's like, well, and it's going to really depend on what the goal is. But I won't even give an example, to be honest, because I think it's kind of self-explanatory. But you want to just basically list out the steps in a really simple way that captures all of it, but in really, really simple terms. For example, with financial freedom, it's like, well, yeah, okay, so I've got to provide people with a service that they think is valuable enough to pay me money for. And then it's like, okay, well, what are the steps? So I need to have an audience who has a problem. I need to have a service that solves the problem for them. So this one, that's already, you got a short to-do list out of that. The second one, you got a decent to-do list out of that. And then it's like, okay, well, now I need to actually get my offer in front of these people. And that's, you've got a sort of to-do list out of that. You've got like, oh, well, I need to kind of learn how to do marketing, and I need to learn how to do sales so I can get these people on calls. But like, even those two things, marketing and sales, like 20 hours of focused research into marketing, 20 hours of focused research into sales, you'll be an absolute killer in both of those things, literally. Like, and you'll have more than you need in terms of skills for those two things. You're already in the top 1% of people on earth in those things. So yeah, so do that, and then it's like, okay, so I can tell from that this step 1 and this step 2 is just a short-term thing. This won't take very long at all. But step 3 seems to be an ongoing thing, and you're completely right in that. So then it's like, okay, well, on a daily basis, all I need to do is just make sure I'm getting in front of loads of people. And that's probably outreach. So that's kind of what I'm doing at the moment. And it's working really well. And I'm well on my way to financial freedom. So, and maybe it sounds quite funny, me putting it so matter-of-factly, but really this exercise is to be like, okay, well, in between me and my goal, like, there are actually only a few steps, and those steps aren't really that convoluted. You just really got to just do them. And then so what this exercise is going to accomplish is you're going to realize that these things are not actually that far away, because all that stops you is your internal world. And really you have this to-do list now of like exactly what you need to do to get to your result. And sure, there might be a bit of like trial and error on the way, but like that's part of the process, but all you need to do is literally just do those things. And so it's like, oh, now I've got an understanding, so that's no problem. Literally just, I've got literally one objective, which is, how do I make myself do the things that are on this piece of paper? And boom, now you've got such complete focus and such a clear objective, because you've just got one problem that you need to solve, which is to do the stuff on this sheet of paper. And that's just life-changing. That's completely life-changing, because you give the brain a problem and it's going to solve it. That's how the human mind works. Your RAS, your reticular activating system, basically is going to just be fed that problem. And everywhere in your life, you're just tuned in to solving that. So your one problem is, how do I make myself do the stuff that I've just listed on this sheet of paper? This crystallized clarity of exactly how I get there. Which, is a simplified version of it, but literally, like, it is that. Like, if I just learn sales, if I learn marketing, if I have an offer, if I put that in front of people, like, that's all there is to it, right? So it's like, now your one objective is just to do those things. But not even that, it's to make yourself do those things. Because the things are just there. You just need to do them. But it's just, so your one goal is just to be someone who can do those things. And it's life-changing, because now you've got that one thing. How do I make myself do this stuff? And there you go. And so now you've just simplified things, and now life is easy, because your one goal, your one thing that you need to do is just find out how to make yourself do those things.